At Hardee's, we love to surprise people. Surprise! We added the loaded omelet biscuit to our 2 for $4 mix and match deal. Choose from our loaded omelet biscuit and 3 other select breakfast favorites. Any 2 for $4.
Hardee's, because it tastes better.
Offer available for a limited time during regular breakfast hours at participating Hardee's restaurants. Price and participation may vary. Tax not included.
Blog Talk Radio.
Good afternoon. How are you doing? And how are you doing in 404? You're on the line with Brenda. What can I do for you today, dear?
Hi.
Hi. Didn't think I was going to answer that fast, did you? I got you. Well, I usually do that when somebody's been waiting. You know, you've been very patient. Did you want a card reading or ask a particular question? What can we do for you?
Particular question.
Okay.
My friend John is going through some things, especially from his family. And we have not been seeing each other, not really.
Okay, so a relationship, you've got kind of an energy thing in between you and John, and it's called the family. That's what we're looking at?
Yes.
Yeah, it happens. It happens. In fact, that is probably the number one thing in relationships. You'd be fine, you know, if they didn't let it or you didn't let it. So there's somebody here allowing the interference, okay?
Yeah.
And we don't know who is allowing it. You see, here's the thing. One person may want, which I'm kind of getting as you, is want to have a commitment to that person, but the other person is not sure about their commitment. So they kind of allow interference to come in between, you see.
Okay.
And you probably kind of like intuitively, you know what I'm saying? I'm picking up, you have an intuitive nature about you. That you intuitively kind of knew this, you see. But we don't really talk about what we pick up intuitively. We just kind of go with it. I think it's because we're not sure, you know. We're not quite sure. But when you came in, you know, talking about what you said, you pinpointed it, you see. So you had your intuitive gift working. Now, whether you wanted to pursue that and trust that, that's the question. I got to tell you that. Many people who are intuitive, like you don't express it to somebody sometimes because you want not to hurt their feelings. Can we go there for a second? Maybe they're not. Well, you know, in a relationship, one person is a little bit stronger than the other. You understand what I'm saying? In their commitments, in what they know, what they want in their life. Where we meet somebody and we say, well, I'd like them to relate to me, but I don't want to, you know, push them, you know, that's a word, or keep emphasizing that I know better than you. You don't want to use ego. See what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And we tend to want to use ego. See, that's that little balance, okay? We tend to want to bring in those ego things, but when we do, we pull back because we feel something inside of us, well, maybe I should just let that go. You hear what I'm saying? So you let so many things go, and then you say, wait a minute. I'm not sure if this really is the right thing to do to let it go. See? So I'm coming into your subconscious, and I really feel right now that maybe you should not let this point go about the family interference. That's what I'm thinking. It's not a loss or anything. It may feel like a rejection, but it's really not a rejection either because the person's not rejecting you. You see, you can't go there. They're not rejecting you. It's the interference that's rejecting you. So there's where your focus should go. And, you know, if we go to our meditation, we find out where the focus is, and it definitely is not the person. No.
Okay.
And even though you may say, well, they seem to kind of be taking their advice over mine, and there seem to all the things I just went through with you. They seem to be having a problem with commitment. No, you're hinting. You're going around the problem. You see, going around it. So now let's put a target. Let's put a visualization, a focus. That's when we want to manifest something. We want to manifest a relationship, so we go always target. Okay, so what actually is the problem? The problem is the family's influence. So I'm going to overlook that and not be egotistical and say, well, this is what it is. You're having a problem. Because people don't like to be confronted like that. You see what I'm saying? You meet with resistance. And you probably did meet with some of it, right? A little resistance.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't need resistance, period. It's kind of like, let's put this out of the context of two adults. Let's put the context two children, okay? Because we have that child inside, okay? So we have a child who's actually not mature enough somewhere in their childhood that they have been codependent with a family. You see? And even though they want to be mature and they choose someone outside of the family to relate to, they still turn back because that inner child in them is not grown up enough to say no to the family. And so you come up to this child and you say, okay, well, do you want to go have fun with me and play with me and be with me? And they'll say, yeah. But I need permission. You see, there's the immaturity. I need permission. My family is not going to give me permission to have fun with my life, and I have to check on it. So we're looking at a childhood problem with this person you're talking about. It's in their childhood.
I totally
which you already picked up intuitively.
I totally agree with you.
See, you don't have this problem. That's how come you can see the problem. Your childhood was similar.
A real childhood.
Similar, but then again, you recognized it because you were more mature in your childhood than this other person. You see? You were a responsible child. Yeah. And if your mother said something to you, you might have said, hell no, you know.
Yeah.
Don't tell me what to do. That would be yours, but they would say, oh, really? I shouldn't do this? You see, they question. And that's their doubt. And so then somebody comes along like you. They're going to love that because you have something in them they wish they had. And that's going to draw the two people together. As they say, opposites attract. Opposites attract. But we're not talking opposite. We're talking opposite emotion, and we're talking opposite maturity. That's what we're talking about. Okay?
True.
Because really we got a match. But it's not opposite matching. No, it's not like that. It's not like people say, oh, I need to get somebody opposite from me. Oh, no, it's not. It's opposites in handling situations, that kind of opposite. I wrote papers about it because people don't understand. That's psychology right there. You know psychology.
Okay.
You got psychology. You've been using psychology. You just jumped over because somebody interfered with your own logic. Yeah, I heard it. Yeah. And then that happens, see, we become vulnerable to the whole situation. We think we're drowning. We choose the surrender point. When we do, somebody else's energy jumps in, then we really lose it. You see, we don't need that.
Now, let me ask you this. How long is he going to allow this? How long is he going to allow this interference to go on?
Well, you see, what we got to look at is something else. That's another ego question because you're being a director here. You want to be a producer, not a director. You do. He's already on your stage. Remember, you're the director of the stage, but you're also a producer because you're on the stage. And then he's got a script, and you've got a script. And this is going to run. This is going to run. I see it long run. Now, what we do is we focus on anything positive, and I see the positive right now. The coming together and the compassion has to be emphasized, underlined. I understand you. They come with their problem that they've allowed. You don't say anything that you don't allow it. You just say, we're really great together. let me remind you. This is what you say. Let me remind you. I understand what you're going through. It didn't really happen to me, but it's happening to you, so it's very personal. But I'm going to tell you something. We're good together. You throw that in the mix. When you do that, somebody listen, huh? What? You mean no matter what's going on with me, we still are good together? Oh, yes, honey, we are good together. You see?
Okay.
That's called looking for the silver lining and playing it up. That's what it's called. Every relationship can be helped by one person with that. Okay?
Okay.
Called the love language. That's what it's called. There are 4 languages, and there's a book called The 4 Love Languages. Have you ever heard that book?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you get that book. It's paperback. The 4 Languages of Love. Okay?
Okay.
And that's number 1, actually, to remind people that you're good together. We belong together. Those are statements in that book. A man wrote this book. A man wrote this book. And he said that people were coming at him, or he was having relationships with women, and women would say, well, I'm sorry, I've got this, that, and the other. He said, no, but we're good together. You know how that works?
Okay.
So when you get that book, you are going to be so fit. You're going to go into this. You're not going to be concerned about any problems and interference because you know actually you're directing and producing and manifesting your own life. And this is part of your life, and nobody should come in and tell you how to do it. I just directed your own self to do it. That's what I do.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, you kind of answered.
You're going to be fine.
Yeah.
You're going to be fine because actually what you did was you stepped back. You had your logic, but you stepped back, and that was so wonderful. See, because you release. So you get on those love languages, honey, and I'll tell you, you can get that paperback for like $1 now. You know, it's an old book.
Really? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I will.
But I've used it so many times with relationships, honey. You don't wiggle out of a relationship when you start one with me, okay?
All right. Thank
so you have a wonderful year, honey. You're going to be fine. Bye-bye. Thanks for calling.
All right.
Okay, honey. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Yeah, nothing's going to stop this. We are in a relationship.